Right, welcome back to House of Prep. My name's Jerry. I live here in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, little small town, and we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're going to talk about some shortages. I had a few text messages and comments and different messages from a couple weeks ago, and talked about how their medical supplies have been really low in their stores. Check out my thumbnail of this video. I did. I went to my local couple of my stores, and they're wiped out. It is that time of year. But I'm seeing it across the board at a lot of different places, different states. Again, jump in the comments. Let me know how your area is doing with medical supplies, whether it's the popular flu medicines and things that right now people are combating and trying to cover up those symptoms. I understand. I've been there, done that. At the end of this video, I want to talk about my experience with food poisoning last week. That's why there was no video last week. And I don't want to bore you with that on the front end, so we'll talk about that at the back end with a warning. So if those that were interested in that, stay tuned, watch this whole video, and we'll get there. So trying to stock up on cough medicines, cough drops, Vicks, vapor rubs, maybe it's ibuprofens or Excedrins or different pain reliever medicines, whatever it is that you use. Maybe you don't use it every day, but when you're sick, man, you're so thankful that you have items in your pantry, your closet, your medicine cabinet, wherever you keep your supplies. Man, it's so nice to have it on hand. Who feels like going to Walmart when you're sick? No, I don't feel like going to Walmart when I'm healthy and rested. But when you're exhausted and you're sick, no one wants to go shopping. You don't want to go to any store. You want to stay right in your room, right in your bathroom, have what you need, get what you need. I even put chicken noodle soup up there with medical supplies because, man, a good bowl of chicken noodle soup when you've been sick, it hits the spot. Maybe some saltine crackers or something to go with that. But having some of those things on hand, it's better to have it on the front end than running around and hoping somebody gets it for you because you're sick. So guys, stay stocked up. Check out your stores. Let me know. I'm curious. I've been kind of watching mine, and they're staying low. I have been fortunate if you go enough times that they do restock and you catch it when they brought some new supplies in and you're able to get what you need before they run back out again. And I've talked to some of the employees and that's just the supply that comes in and that's the demand right now. So when you're going against the demand of your community, it's better to already have it. So a month ago would have been a good time. 2 months ago would have been a good time to stock up. But if you're able to get a hold of some stuff now, make sure you at least got what you need to get through this flu season, this season of sickness, the cold weather, and I hope you're doing so. So not just medical supplies, but how about food? Well, we know prices are definitely going up. How about those egg prices? They're still up and across the board. Everywhere you look, every aisle you go up and down, everything that you keep in your household, prices have gone up. Gas prices starting to go back up again. I've been watching them. I've watched them today in my local area, watching the signs. They're creeping back up again. They're starting to gain some momentum. Prices going back up. And all that'll do is just continue for vendors and for truckers and people passing the cost on. And then ultimately the stores have to pass the cost on to the consumer. That's you, that's me. So hope you're still prepping, hope you're still stocking up. And I also want to talk about something while we're just talking about prepping in general, buckets. And I have something I want to show you to use in conjunction with the bucket. Find you a good bucket. Food grade buckets preferably are great. I know some like sub shops like Firehouse Subs, you can get them really cheap. They sell all their pickle buckets. I got mine from the elementary high school cafeteria. They are just giving them away to whoever says, hey, I need some buckets. And I've gotten plenty. You've seen my videos in the past. I put holes in the bottom, turn these into on the deck planters for like tomato plants and things like that. But having some of these on hand, some of these come with that black rubber seal in there. And yes, these are used, but they're free. Okay, so I could use them for basic storage. Another reason I like to keep these on hand if we ever ran into a bad storm or something where I feel, you know what, there's something brewing, there's maybe war coming or something, who knows? And I feel like I need to stock up on some water, having some extra water in the household. Being able to put a couple buckets, maybe stack them up 3 high in every bathroom. Having buckets of water handy to help flush your toilets. Extra buckets maybe in the kitchen for cooking. And along with your other water supplies, for that last minute, I want to fill some containers up. And you can set these out on your deck, collect rainwater. If you have a creek or a little river nearby, you're able to collect water and carry it and have with the handle and be able to get 5 gallons if you're strong enough to carry. But being able to have some buckets on hand in storing, just basics. I mean, if you like to have extra bags of rice, maybe put them in Mylar bags and some oxygen absorbers and things, and just keep them in here and seal it up. Keeps rodents and pests out of your supplies. Maybe you just want an extra place to squirrel away some, maybe some freeze-dried food or some canned goods or something, and you're just kind of looking for creative ways to putting some things in the closet to keep them at least where you can grab it and go and move it around quicker with the bucket. It's nice to have. So here's my little thing, and I haven't forgotten the food poisoning story. We're getting there. This is a bucket. I think I got this bucket from a Firehouse sub, and it was only like $1 or a couple bucks, something like that. And they come with lids too. But these are little bucket caddies. I know some of you have seen these before, but they have these extra cool little pouches. I like using this. You know how you have your garage, you have all your tools. But if you have a project somewhere in the house or somewhere else in the yard, and you just want to be able to throw in, some basic tools, screwdrivers, or, some extra nails or screws, or, pretty much there's pouches and things all on the inside of this. You have stuff little pouches and things, you can squirrel things away. Pouches along the outside and all kinds of little holes and cubbies. So you can get these little pouch things. If I remember, I'm going to find one of these on Amazon and put a link down in the video description. So that way, if you're interested and you want to kind of research them on your own, I'll find one that kind of like what I have. They're very reasonable price. And once you buy one, you'll kind of have it forever. You take good care of it, and you can use them to prep, for prepping supplies and, tuck stuff in here and kind of have like a prepping bucket or just whatever, gardening bucket, right? All your gardening stuff goes in here, and all your little shovels and all the things, your gloves and your seeds, packets of seeds and different things, maybe fertilizers and sprays, and who knows, just use your imagination. But I'll put it down there. My channel, we do get a little kickback from anything ordered off Amazon. So if you're ordering anything, a ball cap, a DVD, maybe a birthday present for somebody, maybe some freeze-dried food or prepping supplies. If you don't mind, just click on my link and you could just bypass whatever it is I have on the link and do your normal shopping. And then whenever you shop through the link, then I get a small kickback. So I'd appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Just something House of Prep is signed up with Amazon, and it's a chance to get a small kickback. So, but a good bucket, lots of uses, especially if you can get them for free. All right, so let's talk about that food poisoning story. So a little over a week ago, and I have a rule of thumb. You ever tell someone, hey, just listen to your gut? You have that gut feeling on something. Well, this is in regards to milk, okay, especially Walmart milk. I had a gallon of Walmart milk, and normally when it approaches the best by date, sometimes it already starts to smell. Sometimes it already starts to have a bad taste, and I dump it out. So as a rule of thumb, I just automatically, as soon as I have a fresh, half gallon or gallon, whatever it is I'm buying for the week or 2 weeks, whatever I have fresh, I just go ahead and pour out the old because I don't like to play around, with bad milk or whatever. And that's usually my gut. That's just how I roll. I just don't have a good feeling about milk if it starts getting close to the turn point. But a week ago on this particular given day, the cost of everything's going up, and I'm like, you know what? It's close to the expiration date. I'm smelling it. It smells fine. Tasting it, it tastes fine. And it's a waste of money, I feel, to pour it down the drain. And normally I will. My gut's telling me, you know what, just pour it. But I'm like, you know what, no, let's go ahead and use it one more night for dinner. And so, you pour your glass and you take a big old gulp, a couple gulps of it, and then you fill it back up for your meal. So I'm consuming milk, drinking milk. So I went to bed early that night, felt great. And about 10 o'clock that night, my bottom right side of my abdomen, my abdominal area, the bottom right side woke me up, mega pain. Okay, so I'm immediately thinking, okay, my appendix are going on me, and this isn't good. I've heard stories, I've read things, and I'm in pain. There's no way I'm going back to bed, and it's hurting. And so I start Googling, okay, if it starts getting worse, then yes, go to the emergency room, because if it's appendix, it will get worse. It's not going to get better. And, I remember telling my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to go in the other room because I'm going to keep you up. But if I come back in here and wake you up, that means you need to take me to the ER. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. So I'm in there, still just in pain. It's not getting better, not getting worse. And then the vomiting kicks in, the nausea, just, okay, here it is. And I obviously go to the bathroom and, okay, it's bad. Okay, it's violent. And about every 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for the entire rest of the night, my body's trying to vomit, trying to throw up. And there's nothing there, and it hurts, it's painful. It started affecting my vocal cords, obviously, and the acids and things coming out. It got to the point I was drinking water in between just so I would have something in my stomach for the next interval. It felt better. It felt, at least I had something in me that could come out now. So I know, like you said, don't drink water if you're, because this is going to come back up. I'd rather have that than the nothing that was trying to come out. And that wasn't good. My insides were coming out. So I dealt with that, and I'm reading. I'm trying to see. Okay, pain has shifted away from that spot. Now the whole cramping of the entire abdomen area. Okay, I'm narrowing this down. The timing of it, and within just a few hours of when I drank the milk, it's like the light bulb kicked on. I've got milk poisoning. And sure enough, from start to finish, about a 12-hour window, it was done. Pain subsided. The nausea and all that went away. And couldn't talk. So that was it. I could barely whisper. And it hurt. It caused me to cough every time I tried to talk. So there was no video. So with all that, a warning that I just say, look, go with your gut. We always talk about best by dates and, goodbye dates, best by dates, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people, experiment with things. And yes, like canned goods and things, they're still good. They're still edible. Taste it. Look at the texture, the color, the smell. I mean, I did that with the milk. But certain items, and I think milk is one of those things. I think a lot of you would agree with me. You don't mess around. You don't play around with the milk. If you have any gut reaction that's telling you this, I probably shouldn't drink any more of this. Let's just get rid of the rest of it and cut our losses. I'll spend a couple more bucks for another half gallon of milk. That's fine. I have no problem doing that. I don't want to be sick. I have drinking milk since then. It took me about a week to finally let me try it again, and been very tentative. But I'm back to normal. Things are going great. But that's, like I said, just your human intuition, your gut feeling. Sometimes it's telling you something. Sometimes it's letting you know it's better to be safe than sorry. And could you imagine if we were going through an SHTF situation? I didn't have any power. We didn't have water. Maybe I'm freezing. Maybe I'm sweating to death. We're in a crisis mode, and I'm sicker than a dog, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm not going anywhere, and the world's coming to an end. And man, you talk about a stackable event. That's not good. That's not a good time to be sick. So there's just things to think about. And if you've had some similar experiences, I'd love to hear your story. Jump in the comments. I'll make sure I go back and read them. And hope you guys are having a great week. Weekend's coming. And I appreciate each and one of you. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up on the way out the door, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye now.